All right, today's video will be coming from Proverbs. It will be titled Gossipers or Talebearers, okay? I will be reading from Proverbs chapter 26. It'll be verses 22 to the end of that chapter, which is 28. So, it says, the words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a pot shard covered with silver dross. He that hath dissembleth with his lips, and lay up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lying tongue hath those that are affected by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So, that was from Proverbs, which is the words of Solomon. And which is what God basically says about gossips and liars. You're not supposed to listen to gossips. Or people that spread tales about others. Now, we all have those people around or at church that, well, they're gossips. And the tongue is set on fire. And it says right there, don't listen to them and don't be them and don't associate with those kind of people. So don't listen to their stuff because they just tear people down and cause division. And as Proverbs said there, it says if you dig a pit, you will fall in it. And it says if you roll with a stone, it will roll back on you. That's why essentially if you are one of those people that spreads gossip and just listens to it and then just keeps spreading it, you will answer for that, because it says right there, and it will come back on you either through people or something's going to happen, but it will come back. And gossips do nothing but damage and spread hatred, and just you're not really good to be around or to interact with. And Proverbs even gives you warnings. And God even tells you to have nothing to do with gossips. He says don't listen to it. And if you do, and then you start spreading it, or you're just like that, you're just tearing that person down. And we are called to speak life and love over people and ourselves. You speak good things. You don't speak wicked things. When you hear gossip, usually it's not true, most of it. That's why it's called gossip. And you can choose to listen to it or block it out, or you can even say to a person, hey, you shouldn't be saying that stuff because it's not right. Okay, that's not what God says. Like, that's not what Scripture says to do, so don't do it. And you can tell them that. And you can stand up for that person, right? And it's not being mean. You are admonishing a brother or sister, because if they're spreading gossip, they're going against what Scripture says. And it says and it even tells us as believers that we have to challenge each other like that. If somebody's there, check them. Okay? I'm not saying, be overly obnoxious and just tear right into them. I'm saying just point out and just pull them off to the side, away from everybody. Don't make a big scene of it like people do. And just say, hey, that's gossip you're spreading there. It's not very nice about that person. You shouldn't be saying that. It says right in Scripture. You can give them the passages and stuff where God says it. And you can just say, hey, I want you to stop spreading gossip and rumors. And you take them aside. And also says if that doesn't work, then you take him before another. You bring somebody else into it. And if that doesn't work, you take him before the church. And then the church decides. But gossips will do nothing but destroy and burn. It says right there. And beware the words of a flatterer, it says. So that's the charming people. Because they have 9 abominations in their heart. Okay? They're just saying what they know you want to hear so they can manipulate you. Okay? And that's also what gossips do. They just spread the bad news. And what spreads even worse than gossip and bad news nowadays? It just spreads so fast. You hear anything negative about anybody, you know it. And you don't even question it. Most people just accept it and they just say, oh, that's true about that person? Yeah, I always thought that about them. They make up their minds and they just do it. They don't even let that person defend themselves or even think, is there any truth to this? Or is it just a rumor? And then, you see, they don't even give them a chance to defend themselves and they draw their own conclusions. And that's caused a lot of division in churches. A lot of people have left church because of that. Because gossip starts stuff about them, people believe it, and then it destroys them and they end up leaving. And they don't usually end up going to another church. They usually end up turning their backs on God and going opposite way, and you've lost a brother or sister. And if you are the cause of somebody that stumbles to leave like that, you're going to be held accountable for that. It said, it is better that a millstone be tied around your neck and you be cast into the ocean than to cause a fellow brother or sister to stumble. So if you said something mean or bad and you caused somebody to, turn away and go, and that's something you did, be aware you will be held accountable for that, okay? Because you've sent that brother or sister away. You've caused them to stumble and fall. And it doesn't say what the punishment is, but that's pretty thing. If you know what a millstone is big and it's heavy. And have that tied around your neck and thrown into the sea, that's quite, severe. Because you would sink like a rock. See, it's a grind wheel's a rock. See, punning? A little bit of a pun there. Anyways, but yeah. So, do not listen to gossips. Don't start gossiping yourself, okay? If you hear something that's negative about somebody, let it stay there, okay? Do not spread it. Don't become that rumors like the old Veggie Tales. Used to watch that as when I was younger, and even the kids might have watched it. Maybe your kids have watched it and you've seen it. It's the rumor weed. That was always a good one. That showed how a rumor about somebody just spreads and is like a weed, which it is. It spreads so fast, and gossips spread it, and it's just negative, and don't be around them, okay? Don't listen to gossip. I'll leave the video off here. I just wanted to include some passage with it. As I said, this is a new format of video I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing them and see how they do. And let me know if you like this. If you like this kind of video, or I add scripture to it and then teach on it. Let me know if you like this. Or if you want, more spiritual warfare and fighting demons and, stuff like that. Let me know as well. Feel free to sign off in the comments about it and just say what you'd like to see. This has been A Voice in the Wilderness, a soldier, bond servant of Christ, signing off. Whenever you see this, have a blessed day or night. Stay safe in these dark and crazy times, and I will see you in the next one.